Hi everyone, this is Frank Demore with the Last Chronicles of Planet Earth, and we're going to get right into prophecy here in the book Revelation chapter 13 verses 16 through 17 and 18, and then I will be giving you a list of news reports showing you that the road leading to this Revelation chapter 13, we're well on that road. Revelation chapter 13. Verse 16 through 18. And he causeth all, both small and great, rich or poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads, and that no man might buy or sell, say he that had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. Here is wisdom. Let him who hath understanding count the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man, and his number is 666, or 666. All right, now what I'm going to do is go right into the news to show you that we've been on that road leading to this Revelation chapter 13 for some time, and I'm going to show you the different stages that our society has been going through to actually bring us to this fulfillment. And one of the pinnacle points that I can see came in 2003. And you'll see it from this article where the CEO of the Applied Digital Solutions, or Verichip if you will, went to Paris in 2003 for this ID World conference on actually what they were discussing is world theft, because I believe at that time there was $47 million worth of identity theft, and they were looking for new technologies to get away and make it more secure. And this is one of the ways that the Antichrist will get his format, is because the world is looking for security. They've been looking for security for some time, and especially when it comes to the finances, because there's so much crime. So let's go right into the article here. It says the Applied Digital Solutions CEO announcement, VeriPay secured subdermal solution for payment and credit transactions at the ID World 2003 in Paris. Now, Applied Digital Solutions Inc., an advanced technology development company, announced that the company's chief executive officer, Scott R. Silverman, in his speech today at the ID World 2003 in Paris, France, revealed the company's newest subdermal RFID solution called the VeriPay. And VeriPay is intended to be a secure subdermal RFID, or radio frequency identification payment technology for cash and credit transaction. Now keep in mind, Jesus gave us the information about this mark of the beast 2,000 years, almost 2,000 years ago. So the technology that he was showing us, it's here now in our generation. The generation, by the way, who was supposed to have fulfilled Daniel 12:4. And that means that that generation in Daniel 12:4 would be the generation who increased in knowledge, and that is us. So we've fulfilled that prophecy, and definitely we're on the way, because of the increased knowledge, we're on the way to fulfilling Revelation chapter 13. So look at this. It says about the size of a grain of rice, Verichip is the world's first subdermal radio frequency RFID microchip that can be used for a variety of security, here you go, security and financial emergency identification and other applications. Says the VeriPay announcement came just a few days after the USA Today article of November the 17th, 2003, about the emerging technologies highlighted one of the major limitations of using RFID technology for payment and credit transactions. Now, what they're talking about here is payment and credit transactions. They're going to be able to put a chip in your hand, and you'll be able to get that hand scanned, and it will deduct money from your account. So, now keep in mind, this was back in 2003. After discussing various potential formats for RFID payments including cards, earrings, and pens. The USA Today article stated, still experts note that one big hurdle remains for RFID system security. Lose your RFID enabled card or earring and someone else could easily use it to run up your charges, especially if there's no signatures required. It says, in the same article, an executive with the major credit card company said it about the company's RFID payment technology. Ultimately, it could be embedded in anything, and someday maybe even under the skin. Isn't this what Jesus Christ told us in Revelation chapter 13? This is here. I mean, he showed it to us, and the technology is here. They were talking about it in 2003, and obviously, if you've been at my post, you know that they're already using it. But this was the format, you say, or the open door for what was going to happen in the future. Let me go down here. It says, at the ID World 2003 in Paris, Mr. Silverman made the point that the subdermal RFID VeriPay technology specifically addresses the security issue. VeriPay unique under-the-skin format offers a much more secure and tamper-proof and loss-proof solution. Well, obviously, if it's in your skin, VeriPay brings to the customers the benefits of fast and reliable RFID technology along with the security in the subdermal format. In announcing the VeriPay to ID World delegates, Mr. Silverman expressed his belief that the VeriPay has enormous marketplace potential and invited banking and credit companies to partner with the VeriChip Corporation in developing specific commercial applications, beginning with the appropriate pilot programs and other market tests for the VeriPay subdermal RFID solution. And that's exactly what happened over the years. Since 2003, banks have taken this. I'll show you film from at my post. The people in Europe, for example, in nightclubs, have a chip like this in their skin. It could be in their arm, it could be in their hand, and they're deducting right from their checking account without ever touching their pocket or going into their wallet. So what Christ showed us back then, almost 2,000 years ago, we're starting to see that today, and it's starting to spread. And so what I wanted to do is give you some more information. I'm going to go right into here because I think that you'll find this interesting. This is an article that you'll see. It's 2004. It says the Metro Management Group, LLC, signs a 5-year exclusive distribution agreement for Ecuador, initial order for more than 550 subdermal RFID VeriChips. Remember, this is Scott Silverman back in 2003 trying to push this globally, and he's done a very good job of it. But what I'm going to do is skip right down to this area right here. It says MG assures, I'm going to undo that for you so you can see it better, that with the use of the VeriChip TM solutions, card issuers, healthcare and insurance providers, and consumers will reduce credit card fraud. Here we go, under the guidelines of security. Card fraud and identity theft caused by lost or stolen debit credit cards and accounting sharing. For some time now, large credit issue and insurance companies have been actively searching and testing new technology involving RFID systems to help eliminate the growing fraud. All right, so look for this in the future because back in 2003 it was a problem. It's been getting to be more of a problem as the years have advanced, and they've been keep looking for the new ways to do it. And I know that you're going to see more of this, same kind of information. However, the USA Today article dated November 17, 2003 about methods of secure payment states, still experts note that one big hurdle. Now what they're going to do back is go back and they're going to actually quote from the article that I just read to you back in 2003 about the security issues. And then it says the same thing, if you lose, I'm not going to read the whole thing again because I don't want to be redundant, but it says if you lose it, whatnot, But see, what they've done now is they've gone one step further, saying that, well, we can put this into the skin. It will be very, very secure. VeriChip is a subdermal radio frequency identification RFID device that can be used in a variety with security and financial emergency identification and other applications, just like it said in that 2003 article. And about the size of a grain of rice. Now, since 2003, the actual size of the VeriChip has even diminished. So it's a lot smaller than a grain of rice. But here's the bottom line. They are using it. They were talking about it in 2003. You see other places wanted to use this as well. And Ecuador is one of those places that they're starting to spread using the VeriChip. And it didn't stop there. Let me go to another article because I'm going to show you that a lot of these ID systems are going mandatory. And of course, we know from the book of Revelation, the Antichrist is going to what? He's going to mandatory everybody take the mark, his mark, on the right hand or in the forehead. And so we're seeing the IDs around the face and around the hand currently being used just about all over the world. Now, we know that the third world countries, some of them are slower, but even in the third world countries, they're starting to move in this direction. And mandatory, being required, we're starting to see more of these articles. For example, palm scans mandatory, but not without unease. And this has to do with a school, a college. And it says, the hand scanner system in dining halls, a pilot program last semester, will soon become mandatory for all unlimited meal plan holders. And what they're saying here is that this is the perfect way to stop losses and to ID people at this university. But it's showing you what? It's showing you the head or the hand. And this is the same thing that the Lord showed us in the Revelation, in your head or in your forehead. It says in your forehead or in your hand. And this is why I'm showing you these kinds of articles. Now here's another one. Now notice that this just came out just a few days ago, well, yesterday. This is April the 15th. And it says the details of the government switch to paperless payments. And so in order for the Antichrist to be able to control it, he has to have this system that he gets rid of all the paperwork, he gets rid of the cash, and then he goes to this e-converence, the money, digital money that can be placed in a little capsule in your hand, if you will. And again, let's talk about requirements. How the changes in delivering Social Security and other government benefits will work. Starting last year, new beneficiaries were required to electronically receive Social Security, veterans benefits, railroad pensions, and federal disability payments. By March 1st of 2013, nearly everybody or everyone will be what? Will be required to receive their payments electronically, mainly through the direct deposit into the bank account. So when they tell you that don't worry about it, nobody's going to mandatory you this, step by step they are beginning to mandatory, trying to get away from the cash, trying to get into this cashless society that eventually will fall into the hands of the Antichrist. So let me go to another one. And this article came out in 2004. We're going to revert back into time a little bit just to show you that these events have been going on. And if you haven't been paying attention, you're probably missing the road leading to Revelation chapter 13. Japan school kids to be tagged with RFID chips. Remember, Scott Silverman wanted to get everybody tagged, and he's doing a good job. So Japanese authorities decide tracking is best way to protect the kids. The rights and wrongs of using radio frequency identification RFID tags on humans have been debated since the tracking tags reached the technological mainstream. Now, school authorities in the Japanese city of Osaka have decided that the benefits outweigh the disadvantages and will now be chipping children in a primary school. The tags will be read by readers installed in the school gates and other key locations to track the kids' movements. Boy, I'll tell you, the Antichrist, this kind of system is going to be great for the Antichrist. And it's already starting to move into many, many schools. I just showed you one, and here is another one. But that's not all. This is only, by the way, the tip of the iceberg. Now, just a few days ago, or excuse me, last month, if you will, you'll see March the 23rd. Brazilian school children forced to wear trackers, chips, to combat truancy. So there's a lot of different reasons why they're using these chips to put in kids in the different schools and whatnot. But here's one that is going to stop 20,000. Now keep in mind, they're mandatory, and 20,000 of these Brazilian kids, the school kids, are going to be chipped with this. And this is what it looks like. And if they miss out on school, they can be tracked. And this is going to be this could be a very, very good way for the Antichrist to be able to try to track people. But we know by the time the Antichrist gets a hold of a system like this or technology like this, it will be used on everybody, because Revelation 13 shows everyone will receive this mark of the beast. Otherwise, you're not going to be able to sell or buy anything, and that just shows that you'll be X'd out of the economy. Now, here's another one. You'll see this. It says, Positive ID Corporation reveals Verichip order for use with the Israeli military. And this is relatively new, October 11, 2011. It says that this is from a global news wire. The Positive ID Corporation, Positive ID or company, it developed medical technologies for diabetes management clinics, diagnosis, bio-threat detection, announced today that it has received an order for its Verichip TM microchip to be used in disaster preparedness and emergency management in Israel by the integration partner. It says the Verichip radio frequency identification microchips was cleared by the U.S. Food and Drug Administration in 2004 for patient identification. The Verichip can also be used to assist in the management of emergency situations, disaster recovery, in conjunction with the customized camera capability of receiving both RFID scan data and the GPS data wireless. In other words, tracking you where you are. And so, who has this? The military, the Israeli military. Now, what happens if you're in, not just the military in Israel, but what if you're in the military in the United States, when they say, you have to have this? It's security. Because if you get captured by another country, they want to be able to find out where you are. And if you have the chip in you someplace, they'll know exactly where you are. And again, it's all based on security. Now here's another one. This one came March 18th of 2012. Facial ID system mauled to speed up airport immigration. And this one is being used, well, let me just read it. It says the Justice Ministry in considering introducing facial identification system at airports to automate the speed of immigration procedures, officials said Saturday. The ministry will begin test demonstration as early as this summer. According to the plan, the system first would be used by the Japanese travelers while authorities continue to fingerprint foreign nationals as part of the counterterrorism effects, they said. And there's other airports doing this. Most of the IDs now with your passports have these little chips in them. So we're starting to see these chips are everywhere. And look again, facial recognition. Listen to what Christ says. They'll do on your head, your forehead, or in your hand. So don't be surprised when you see all of these articles that are talking about either the face or the hand and getting away from the money. Now, one of the things that I wanted to show you is when we're talking about these Vera chips and identifying all the people. There is definitely signs that we're getting much, much closer to it. So you really need to be paying attention. And what I wanted to show you that in conjunction with this Vera chip, there is a video, and this video is by Aaron Russo. Aaron Russo was a film producer, and it's about 10 minutes long, and I'm going to have this link at my site. So please, watch this link because it'll show you the what's going on with the Vera chip and what they wanted to do with it, and you'll see that Scott Silverman wish probably come true to mark everybody on this world, but we know it will definitely come via the Antichrist. So please go to my site, BibleProphecyMan.com. Watch this video. I'll have the link there. Thank you, and God bless.